Hey folks, it's Vince and I'm here with Jon Alman from BugWater Pest Control, and he's going to give us the #1 misconception or myth about termites when it comes to a block home. So tell me what that is, Jon.
Well, you know, the #1 misconception when it pertains to termites is that a lot of people think that, well, I live in a block home, so I don't have to worry about termites, right? And that's actually completely false. Termites can access a block home just as easily as they can access a mobile home or a wood frame home.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because when a block home like what we see here is built, they pour the foundation of the home. And so you have that one continuous concrete slab. Well then, like with this home and many other homes, you'll have a front porch, you'll have a back patio, you have a 2-car garage. Those concrete slabs are poured separately. And so what you have is an expansion joint there. And there'll be a temperature difference in the soil, and that's a condition that's conducive to termites. It's an area that a termite is going to find and seek out and tunnel their way into a house and get into the framing of the home. I can tell you, after 17 years of being in the pest control industry, that the majority of every termite job I do, I would say at least 90%, are done on block homes just like this.
You're kidding.
Very few are done on mobile homes and wood frame houses. Well, because by and large, the majority of homes are block houses. But the fact still remains the same, is that they can access a block home just as easily as they can anywhere else. Not only the expansion joints, but the plumbing lines that are in the house. They come up between the concrete slab, and they're not sealed perfectly.
Okay.
Sometimes we find big gaping holes around the pipes. Because that plumbing is holding water, you have moisture issues, you have a temperature difference there.
Okay.
You'll have condensation that build up on the lines, and that's exactly what a termite is looking for and how they're going to gain entry into a house and start eating away. And the University of Florida, they put out a study some years ago that said for every acre of land in Florida, there's approximately 4 colonies of subterranean termites. So that if you take your normal average sized neighborhood, 4 houses each have 1 colony of termites in them per the University of Florida study.
Goodness.
And also in that same study, they also showed where subterranean termites, 1 colony can eat up to 1 foot of wood in a week's time.
Oh, wow.
In 1 week, they can eat a foot of wood. And most of the time, people aren't blessed enough to find damage before it starts. Most of the time when people know they have termites,
It's already there.
It's after the fact.
So let me ask you this, Jon. Let's say, for example, you got that homeowner, they're looking at, well, you got that person who's looking at buying a home, okay? They're looking at a home and they find out that there's subterranean termites. They find out that there's termites, up in the walls.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult is it with the technology that you guys have nowadays to be able to treat that and to keep it under control so that it's not an issue?
Right. Well, actually, we can rectify it very easily. And that's the reason why it's so unfortunate that people do suffer so much damage, because the prevention of it can be done very easily, and even after finding termites can be done very easily. We can put a barrier around the house, we can inject a product into the wall, a foam product that will go and it will attach itself and adhere to the framing of the house, and it will leave a residual there that if termites try to access that area again, they will ingest it, they'll become in contact with the termiticide, and they'll die off. So it's a pretty easy thing to remedy, but unfortunately a lot of folks wait, or they never know that they have them.
Okay.
And then once they find a huge amount of damage, now they're trying to backtrack and catch up and get back ahead of it. And where it can easily be taken care of from the outside of the home as a prevention measure, to just do a barrier around the outside. We also offer 5-year warranties. Most every pest control company does. They do the initial treatment, and then you can renew your warranty for 4 to 5 additional years for a small fee each year. We come in and we do an inspection of the home, make sure there's no pressure or activity going on. If we find that pressure or activity, we treat it immediately. And if not, then we inspect the home, make sure it's good. We'll see you next year, and we'll come out and do it again.
It's not something that would keep you from purchasing a home. It's
Correct.
Something you just have to work around.
It's something that you have to work around, and you're not the only one.
Right.
I would say
we're in Florida.
Exactly. And I may be a little bold in saying this, but I would say that everybody in the state of Florida at some point or another is going to deal with termites.
Exactly.
You're going to have them. You can't get around it. We have all the conditions conducive to it. The tropical environment, the high water table, plenty of foliage, trees, and because we're taking away the orange groves and the woods, and we're building neighborhoods, these termites have nowhere else to go. They don't have the trees to feed on anymore. So they find a way into a house and they get to that framing and that wood and they destroy it very quickly.
Well, guys, you heard it from him. You heard it from an expert. That's probably the biggest misconception. Jon, thank you so much. Thanks for doing the video for me and educating my customers. And
happy to do it.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.